Welcome to the news. This is episode 2 of the Little Stinker Radio Hour podcast. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed to this channel and who liked the last one or watched the last one and didn't like it, but even just watching it, I'm appreciative of that. So this is episode 2. My biggest concern with this, I will say right away, is the last one was only 42 minutes and everybody made fun of me. It was very embarrassing. I called it the hour, the Little Stinker Radio Hour, and it wasn't even an hour. So, oh, what, you're siding with them now
I'm
too?
Still disappointed.
Yeah, I know. We can do better though. So what's our plan for this one?
1 hour.
1 hour, no more, no less. And if it's any other number besides 60 minutes, then
we're going to break up.
We're going to break up. So a lot riding on this one. And yikes, big deal. But I like this though. High stakes. People are invested already, or they've already clicked away from this video. Either way, I like where we're going. So yeah, let's get started. And also, as you saw from the title, we've already run out of things to talk about. For the first one, we had all this stuff planned. We talked about long distance, talked about how we met and all this stuff. And
well, my idea was to just tell it again, but
just
tell it the whole story again.
Yeah, and I was like, that would be good, but I feel like if we just do that every time, people are gonna catch on eventually.
To the 6th or 7th.
Yeah, after like the 8th or 9th or 10th time, they'll be like, well, I think I've heard this. Oh, it's because yeah. So we want to avoid that. So we're trying to go brand new. We're not even going to use the same words we used in the first one, like the or and or of. We already used words like that. So nothing but fresh words. This is juicy new content. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay.
So I asked you guys on Twitter, because like I said, we don't have anything to talk about, just kind of what you guys are interested in hearing about. I know there's some news stories. I guess we'll start with the big one. As we don't really... I don't know. We could probably talk about guns and gun control for a while, but it's just very depressing. And
it's very frustrating.
It is.
And as it should be, because that's how things will change, is when, we get mad.
When there's passion involved.
But my thing was, it's very frustrating to either choose, should everyone have a gun or nobody gets a gun. It's very hard to, and that's how I feel about
Well, that's just like,
politics.
that's a byproduct of politics in general.
It's either this or it's
that. You agree with everything or agree with nothing. And with guns, it's like either nobody has guns and you just destroy them all or give them all to the government or whatever, which spawns a bunch of other conspiracy theories by certain people, or everybody has a gun. The way to stop mass shootings is to give every teacher a shotgun and teach them how to use it. And then just hope that they aren't also crazy and they don't snap. It's a very messy problem, and there's no like clear solution. This is why it's best to just stay off Twitter, because I will go on Twitter the first thing when I wake up and I start the day in a bad mood, because I see, no matter what you believe or agree with, you're going to go on Twitter and see some argument where some crazy person says the opposite of what you think, and that's what they believe, and there's no talking sense into them. But the craziest thing that people are saying in response to these kids doing the best, making the best of their situation, and trying to raise awareness, is they're like, oh, awfully convenient that these kids are able to do have this whole movement prepared. It's as if like, like the Democrats have come together and actually planned this school shooting.
That's what I figured would
happen.
happen.
And then they've taught these kids, like, this is what you say, this is what we're going to do to push our agenda. Absolutely insane. It's absolutely crazy.
And I was thinking about that because I've seen some of the conspiracy things like the Sandy Hook, like with the actors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They've hired the actors to act a certain way. And so, it popped into my head like, I didn't look too much into this and I didn't hear anything about it, but I just thought, maybe they would say that this had happened for this as well. Like some of these kids are actors or whatever.
They did. Now you know that they did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what they say about anything.
There was one boy in particular who was very well spoken. Like he's like 17.
I saw he said his dad was used to be an FBI agent.
Oh, maybe. Well, then maybe that's why
that's kind of
he's
how he has some knowledge about things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's. Well, I think people in general are so like conspiracy theory happy or whatever. Like you can make a well-reasoned argument about anything, saying why anything is fake.
Just like with like Nickelodeon, like even with that, like there's always conspiracy theories about
the Dan Schneider.
Yeah,
thing?
There's always conspiracies about.
Yeah.
If you have like some kind of like and then.
Yeah, if you look closely at anything and kind of like point out certain things and conveniently leave out other things, you can kind of make an argument.
But then you have to
the
be
moon
like,
landing was fake. 9/11 was an inside job. Dan Snyder is really into toes.
Feet.
Yeah, which that was an interesting.
It did
video,
make sense though, but it's like you have to look at the rest of the picture.
Yeah, you can't kind of just pick and choose what. But I guess we didn't really want to talk about. I'm kind of interested in talking about this, but Amanda doesn't, and we've talked about it, and it makes us angry just to talk about it. Even though we feel the same, it's a tough thing, and that's what so many politically charged conversations. It just makes you angry, and you feel hopeless, and it's just like, fuck that. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna think about that. We're just gonna watch Friends and live
and we do.
the '90s, and boy, we do that. But I guess my thing with guns, just because people asked about this, I think there's nothing wrong inherently with some guns, and I think that owning a gun, sure. I just don't see why anyone needs to own an assault rifle.
I know. That's
one kid killed 17 people, and he shot. Like, there was like another 15 wounded. So he shot at least 32 kids. One kid. Imagine, it's always like a lone wolf situation, but I was thinking about this the other night, but it's like, imagine if any small group of people had like a coordinated effort with these same guns that they access legally. They think of, I don't know.
I know.
It's just,
I know.
Yeah. I know I said I wouldn't get into it now. It's hard not to get into it.
It's hard.
I think there's no, like, just to play the self-defense card, like, dude, you don't need an AR-15 to defend your home. What are you getting, like a whole SWAT team is coming after you? Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about guns to get into it, but I just think it's ridiculous, and I hate that, we both hate that it's like, either everyone has guns or no one has guns. There's gotta be...
But hopefully change happens, and
hopefully changes
the change,
and we change, and things will change.
Do we vote in 2018? Not for president, but I mean for
there's elections every year.
Gonna be voting.
I think.
I mean, as I always do, but I'm gonna be more into knowing who I'm voting for.
Yeah, that's
usually I'm just like, their name sounds cool. Just vote for them.
Yeah, it's embarrassing that's how it is too. It's like, it's funny we have conversations like this about anything politically related. It's like, oh, we gotta get out there and vote. We gotta learn about these. And then it's like,
been especially frustrating this past.
It has.
No.
We're not smart enough to talk. Like, we have opinions, but it's not like.
Yeah, I don't know too. We don't.
Yeah,
know too
it's
much.
like we're talking about like how we need political change, and then it's like, we have elections this year, right? I don't know. We don't know. We're not. We don't pay attention, and that's all right, I think. But yeah, we shouldn't try to be a voice on this if we don't actively try to.
Just normal people's opinion.
Just two regular Joes'
just
opinions on.
This is the Radio Stinker opinion.
This is a regular Joe opinion hour podcast. Let's talk a bit about. So shout out to Floor, my day one little stinker, insanely chill on Twitter. She wanted me to talk about our cat. Dude, she totally knows. She totally knows we're talking about her.
She's so smart.
I love... there's no better feeling in the world. There are better feelings, but a great feeling in the world is like feeling like you're connecting with an animal, like whether it's like prolonged eye contact or like you're talking about them and she makes it very clear she knows it. I don't know.
Like, okay, well, our favorite thing to say about her is that We think she has very pointy chin, which makes her very like human-like. So we think she's a human.
I think it's more her eyes that make her very human-like.
Eyes, yeah. Well, what did we say? A human spirit is trapped.
She's a human trapped inside the body of a cat,
with cat tendencies.
But she's become acclimated to being a cat. So, so for the most part, she's a cat. But then there's moments where you kind of see a glimpse. She'll just like stare at you very intensely. And then it's like you can kind of see in her head, she's like all these flashbacks of her former life as a human are coming back to her. And then it's like, and then she snaps out of it like, did you guys ever see how fast I could run? And she sprints across the room.
She'll just
But there's these brief moments where I swear to God, the human spirit inside her is like, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know.
She is, yeah.
But yeah, we got her at PetSmart. She is the best. Her original name was Tiger, which is a very basic bitch name. Mm-hmm. We don't want that. We're not about that.
So we named her?
So we named her Bim Bim.
Bim Bim.
Which is not a name.
And she knows her name. I'll be in bed. I'll be getting ready for bed, and I'll say Bim Bim, Bim Bim, and she'll be like, meow, and she'll run in and jump up on the bed.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you move just a little bit, she'll be like, oh, she'll just run off the bed.
I gotta get out of here.
She hates being held or touched, but like she'll sleep. She loves to sleep right on top of me, and that's what
she loves to wake you up.
Yep,
too.
She wakes me up every morning. 6
Not
o'clock.
me though. She doesn't wake. No one knows why she doesn't wake me up.
Every morning.
I think because she can't wake. She probably tried once, and I was like, no, not happening. But you're like,
she's sitting right there watching us because she knows we're talking about her. Mm-hmm. But she's trying to act cool.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering why we named her Bim Bim, which is not a name, it's just a series of sounds, basically. I was playing a game once, and I named my character Bim Bim. I don't know what sparked that, but then she's named after the character, who is named after a thought I don't remember having. But she's now a part of our lives. Her other name was going to be Samuel L. Jackson. I really wanted to name her Samuel L. Jackson, and call her L for short. And you said...
Fine.
No.
I said, fine. Tell the vet.
Yeah.
Tell the vet her
name.
name.
Yeah, you can name her Samuel L. Jackson if you have the balls to tell the vet that that's her name. And you know what I told the vet her name was? Tiger. I couldn't even tell it was Bim Bim. That's how easily embarrassed I will get talking to a professional human being.
Bim Bim.
Oh, are you showing everyone your butt?
Oh, here she is. So good.
Wow. What a pleasant surprise.
Bim Bim. She just likes the attention. Okay.
So, so we talked about guns. We talked about cats. We talked about... That's it. That's all we've talked about. You want to talk about Logan Paul at all? Because I don't really want to make any more YouTube videos about him. I even said in the last time that I mentioned him that this will be the last video I make about Logan Paul. So it's kind of a loophole to talk about him on my podcast. But what do you think of his comeback attempt? Pretty great, huh?
I haven't. Is he still making videos every day?
He is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You would just not expect him to, because it's like, why, you know?
Yeah. And they're like exactly the same.
Yeah, he's still making the same
every day.
Yeah, every day, bro. Well, that's not him,
that's right.
But still, yeah. I just feel so stupid for.
It's okay.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I feel so stupid for... Remember the 2 weeks he was gone? He really seemed, like, shaken up. Like, his apology video didn't seem super sincere, but it was like, oh, he knows he made a mistake. And I feel like... I just think there's no... And I really thought he was going to come back and, like, be a different person. So he releases the pseudo-documentary, which was just...
Is that still up?
Yeah, that's still up.
You didn't watch... I watched the one with the rat and the...
Oh, yeah.
It's just...
That's so funny. Like, everyone's making a big deal out of him tasing the dead rat. But I watched that video, and I didn't even think about the dead rat. It's just, like, it's so, like, just par for the course for his...
But the fact is
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm saying, like, it didn't even register with me, because I was already just watching it like, is this guy fucking serious? He just is going to, like, come back and talk about how savage he is? And, like, okay, so I think basically he had two options. He could come back and be, like, and play to his audience, which is what he's doing. He's just kind of like, yeah, fuck all the haters. I'm the same savage dude I am. I'm a 22-year-old kid, which, correction, you're a 22-year adult. 21-year-old adult. You don't get to be a kid anymore. You don't get to play that card when it's convenient for you. So he can do that. He can play to his fans, or he could have come back and played to the people who aren't his fans and been like, look, I'm mature, I'm different. But I think he thought about it and was like, well, I don't want to do that because, one, that's not me, and two, that's boring. And why do I need to appease the haters? Like, people are already going to hate me. I might as well just keep serving the people who like me. And so that's all it is. You know, he has no reason to change because I don't know.
Well, that was we were listening to the podcast, the H3 podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to say not just what they said.
No, but it brought up what I said to you about Rhett and Link. Is that the names? They were saying something about like Google, you know, something how they finance them or something or other, and they're like, you know, and we know, you know, the money could run out, and it's like, yeah, because they're smart and they're adults and they realize like this could just end, just like with but Logan's just like, nah, like I'm gonna live like this forever.
That was the most. If you guys haven't listened to the H3 podcast with Rhett and Link, I thought that was, and we don't really watch a lot of their videos, but it was. I just like hearing YouTubers talk about being YouTubers, and it's so interesting to listen to like professional, good YouTubers and they're so humble, you know, like, oh, I don't know how long this is gonna last, what a great crazy ride I'm on, but you know, I'm just gonna enjoy it while it lasts and make the most of it. And then you've got the Pauls who are like, I'm gonna be famous forever. It's just like that blind, like, nothing bad can happen to me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but they don't have like
they don't have the talent to back it up.
Yeah, or just like
they don't have the humble humility, the foresight to see it.
Yeah, just be like, you know, this could end, just like with his, cut him off? Google cut him off, and YouTube cut him off, and it's like, well, what am I going to do now? I don't know.
So, well, now the problem is like, yeah, he's going from making, you know, $100 million a year to $80 million a year, and so he's got to like plug his merch relentlessly, which is just... Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched since he came back. I watched the first couple.
They're very hard to watch.
They just make me so mad. But you know, it's like, what is he gonna do? Is he just gonna completely change his content? And then, like, I get it. You know, this is who he is. But if he comes back and he's just like, look, I'm a mature adult, his fans are gonna get bored of him. You know, they don't follow him to see a mature adult. They follow to see a grown kid do the things they wish they could do. Yeah. So you can't expect anything differently, I guess. Yeah. But
we'll see.
So transitioning forward a bit, the Olympics. Yeah, I got a few requests to talk about the Olympics. What are your thoughts on the Olympics?
I know what the Olympics are.
We do.
Definitely.
It's like a game show.
Yeah.
But like Russia's there.
Yeah, like everyone's there.
Like everyone except for North Korea. Yeah. Is North Korea in the Olympics? I don't think so.
Actually, I don't.
They?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know. I guess they probably would be. I don't know. I don't even know if North Korea is in the...
I think...
Everybody except for Antarctica, we're going to say. And then like very third world countries. Because like what...
No, they still go. They just have like one person. I don't know.
One guy who does every sport.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know either. I'm not trying to fact check you. I just thought that was a funny bit.
Not everybody does every sport.
I know. That was a joke, dumbass.
I just don't know anything about the Olympics. I said the only time I've seen the Olympics is this year is when I was waiting in line to get a corn dog.
Yeah, which I think is where most
and I was like,
people watch the Olympics. That's
interesting. And then I couldn't
they're doing that now?
Oh, it was running.
Okay. They were running?
Yeah. Isn't it winter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know that they ski, they snowboard, because Shaun White just won. I saw a tweet about that.
Ice skating.
They do ice skating. They do hockey, right? Figure skating's pretty cool. Figure skating is very impressive.
We watched a video about the...
Yeah, what was it, a Vox video, I think?
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah, that was...
about the triple...
The triple axel.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. The idea of figure skating is very interesting. Am I going to watch it? Hell no.
I did watch the one, I don't know if it was this year or last year or whatever year it was, but the girl did the dance, or she did the figure skating to the Sailor Moon. Mm-hmm. That was really good, if you have a chance.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. The one thing, my favorite thing from the Olympics was there was this girl, I need to get more information on this, but there was this girl from like Norway or Hungary. I need to make sure.
The one who...
She like barely qualified to get into the Olympics. She like found loopholes, and so she gets in the Olympics, and she just like goes up and down the slopes, doesn't do any tricks. Her main objective was to not fall, and she got last place, dead last. But that's just hilarious.
Yeah.
What a great, like, I don't know what her motive was to like raise awareness for, probably just to like check off a. Who cares what her motive was? Like, if I had thought to do that, what a cool thing to do.
Olympics.
How shitty would that have been though if like for 2 years she paid all this money to attend these events and just place in all of them, and she got in the Olympics and just like fell forward right as she started. That would be very embarrassing. But that's a good story. Other than that, man, not a lot of Olympic stuff going on.
I just haven't been watching it. I don't. Yeah. It's the same thing with Big Brother is also on as well. And
yeah, we normally love Big Brother, but there's too many goddamn episodes. It was from like February 7th to like the end of February, so it's not on like 3 nights. So it's like it's on so much that I can't keep up. So I really liked last season's Big Brother, even though the ending was amazing, the finale was amazing, but most of the season was frustrating to watch because there was just one guy controlling the whole house. And I was excited for Celebrity Big Brother, and then it's like I see the updates. I think my main thing with shows is like if you're gonna make a show, make it accessible to watch. Like, I can't have to keep up. Like 8 o'clock, like put on the television. Like, yeah. I watch it whenever I want. Well, not just that. I mean, just like how I'm not like live television. Who does that anymore? I just mean like. Don't post 9 episodes a week is all I'm saying. Yeah, it's too much. Like once a week, I can watch one live event a week. 2 hours long. Yeah. Same with The Amazing Race. I tried to watch one episode and it was like 2 hours long, and it's like I can't do this twice a week. No one asked us to talk about Big Brother, but that's okay because it's our podcast and we can do whatever the fuck we want. Next. I was actually going to start the show with this. We were going to do a little improv, and we never did. Yeah, I've actually been... I'm not someone who would have ever thought that to take improv classes, but... Until I forced her. Until he's done all 4 levels of the improv, and I was like, sure. Of the improv. Whatever. I've done all 4 levels. Like, there's like a universal... I don't know, it's just funny. So here in Orlando, there's a place called SAC Comedy Lab. Sorry, I totally belittled what you were saying, and interrupted you. I'm a great boyfriend. But there's a place called SAC Comedy Lab. If you live in Orlando, in the area, or you go to UCF or whatever, great shows there, like 5 nights a week. Definitely check it out. They offer classes. There's so many amazing people there who have like literally changed my life. Like the first improv class I took there when I was 19, there's this guy, Adam Scharf, who's incredible. He's the most like electric and unique performer. Like every show, it's just like your eyes are drawn to him, and like he kind of changed the way I thought about like doing comedy, and it's great. But I've always loved improv since then, and finally I got my wife to take some classes, and it's terrifying. Yeah. You can tell them a little bit about your experience. Well, I mean, I'm probably not going to continue. It's not something I want to do. Like, you kind of had the mindset of, I want to do this. Yeah, I was going to do this professionally. Well, which you wanted to do something with it. Yeah, but I mean, do, like, shows and stuff. Yeah, I just get very nervous and sweaty when I go talk in front of people. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just, because even still, like, I had it tonight, and, you know, she's like, okay, you know, have 5 people come up, and I'm just like, no. Yeah, like, even when you're there and you're like... I mean, I know everybody. It's a comfortable setting, but it's still just... But you did it anyway, and the one guy afterwards was like, oh, you're really funny in that last scene. And I was like, thanks. Like, that's what... And I was like, no, you're funny. You know, it's good to get compliments from that, and you feel like you're like, I don't know what, but then you say something, and you're like, that was funny. Yeah, I think it's it's like an easy way to cheat. Because, like, the best feeling in life is like being scared to do something and then doing it anyway, and just feeling like that adrenaline of like, oh, I did a thing I was scared to do. And improv is scary every time you go. Yeah. Going to a class, going to do a little workshop with my friends there's no stakes. I'm like sitting in the car longer than I need to, just like I'm the first one here. Like I don't know. It's just but then you do it and you feel like you're on top of the world afterwards. So, yeah, improv's great. But let's not talk about improv. Let's just do one quick this was supposed to be a warm-up. We're like half an hour in.
We're warming up.
We're keeping warm.
Yes.
We're trying to stay warm. Like, I'm pretty warm, but we got to keep warm. So I'm going to find the first word I can on Twitter. Gauntlet. And we're just going to do a very simple, one word at a time story about Gauntlet.
And that's where we each say a word to make a story.
Don't need to explain. Yeah, okay. Once
there
was
a
huge
gauntlet
that
I
was
thinking
of
kissing.
So
I
put
it
in
the
car
and
drove
it
to
In-N-Out.
Burger.
We
ate
burgers.
The
Gauntlet
was
my
dad.
We
were
in
love. All right, let's try a new one. Not Gauntlet related.
Gauntlet's hard.
Gauntlet's hard because we don't. I felt like you
I don't
didn't
think
know.
I know what a gauntlet
Yeah,
is.
I was like, I put a couple like, oh, she's got to say a verb, like a specific verb about, and you're like, I was thinking like participate or.
Like Harry Potter.
And you're just like, go to, yeah. I don't know.
I'm not very good at improv.
For sure. Okay,
That's
we're gonna
why I
do.
take the
We're gonna
class.
do phone. I don't know. This is inspired by phone.
Ring.
Goes.
The.
Telephone.
Who.
Could
It.
be.
Dad.
But
You.
are
Supposed
to
be.
dead.
Are.
You.
Dead.
Because
I.
saw
You.
get
Flown.
into
The.
volcano.
It.
Was
A long.
time
Ago.
are
You. Ghost.
and scene.
Sorry we laughed too much.
No, it's fun to laugh. Okay, we'll do one more because that was funny. We have a can of beans called Great Northern Beans. Can you grab that? I just want to show to all our listeners, our audio-only listeners, I will describe this can to you. It's from Publix, and it says Great Northern Beans.
Oh, they're Great Northern beans.
Aren't these just like chickpeas?
No, these are just like white beans.
Then call them white beans.
Because we have kidney beans. Those are just red
It's like
beans.
when people ask my ethnicity, I'm like, I'm a great Northern man. Because I'm from North Carolina. So
Okay.
that's sort of true.
This scene's going to be inspired by beans.
Mmm!
Did
You?
eat
The...
beans?
Because
I
was
saving
those
for
lunch.
I
Am
not
going
to
accept
your
apology.
where
Are
my
beans.
and scene.
Okay.
I love beans. Beans is a funny thing.
Yeah, beans is. Have you seen the?
Always gets me to giggle.
Have you seen the Facebook post? It's like some old guy on Bush's Beans
Oh, yeah,
Facebook
that's
page,
funny.
and it's like, I'm thinking about those beans.
Wasn't there like a meme at one point? It was just like beans that aren't supposed to be here, and it was just like beans in like cups and like pants.
Oh yeah, someone sent that to me. I think.
There's either like a Facebook.
Oh,
there's
that's
something.
funny you
It's
say
just-
that.
It's like a photo set. I don't remember where it is.
Because someone sent me a screenshot,
It was
and
like
it
a
was
meme,
like
I don't know.
there was a video on YouTube, a compilation of those things, beans,
Yeah.
pictures of beans being where beans shouldn't be, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it said, subscribers to Drew Gooden like this, and I'll put the picture up.
Well, I like
when
it.
I edit this.
I
but
think beans are funny.
beans are a funny thing.
Beans are funny. Oh, we went to Wawa and we got the like a side and a sub. So of course we got macaroni and cheese, but we could have just got
You could have got rice and beans, or just rice, or just beans.
just like a sub and then or like a,
Can I
a
just
hoagie
get
and
a
some
small
beans.
sandwich and a cup of beans?
That's hilarious.
It is very funny, yeah. So let's move on from beans. I had fun doing those stories. We'll do a couple more when we're done.
So that's a fun game to play with.
Yeah.
You can play it with, we did it today with our class of 12 or whatever, so you could do it with a big group.
You could do it in a group of 2, as we indicated. I think it's more fun with 2 people to just go back and forth.
Yeah, you know. It gets a little convoluted when you have, the story wasn't really that funny when we did it all together, but...
Yeah,
harder.
And in like level 1 improv, like everyone is thinking of a funny thing to say, and then 5 words are said, and then it gets to them, and it's like they still kind of force pants. It's like, well,
I know.
No, listen. Improv's all about listening. You gotta listen. I'm a master of improv.
Yes, me too.
I've spent like $1,500 in my life to take a series of improv classes, but
it showed.
Yeah, my improv bicep is very large. So we talked about pretty much everything I want to talk. No, we got a few more other things. People said Vine 2. I don't know. I'm excited for Vine 2. If it comes back and it works, like, I think logically it doesn't make sense. Like, Vine 1 failed, for several reasons. And so we're going to release a lesser version. Like, it'll be popular for a month and then I just don't see it lasting because it offers nothing that doesn't exist on Instagram. And I hate Instagram, but Instagram does what Vine did, but better.
I mean, I can only be hopeful in that it...
I hope it does well. And, like, I will say, though, my if you watch my Vine Where Are They Now video, I talked about Vine 2 briefly, and I was like, well, for me, I like YouTube now, so I'm not going to go back to Vine, and I don't see the point of Vine, was kind of what I was saying. But, like, that's kind of selfish. Like, Vine doesn't have to come back and be this, like...
Yeah.
It's just like a fun thing, and like not just for content creators, but like the best Vines were from like random people. So to see those kind of things go viral, and I'm going to correct myself because I said Instagram. She is freaking out right now. Yeah, Vine has everything, or Instagram has everything that Vine had. So why? But Instagram, the videos are too long.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree? Like, and there's no way to scrub through if it's like a long video. And the problem is you have these Viners like Lele Pons and, Amanda Cerny and all these people who are moving from Vine to Instagram or have moved from Vine to Instagram, and their videos just go on too long because they can.
Yeah.
There was a skill in fitting a Vine into 6 seconds. And then with Instagram, it's just like you do the same joke 4 or 5 times and it just... But then there's no even big payoff at the end. It just kind of ends. Yeah. And sometimes you don't even know when it starts over because there's no... I don't know.
Well, and...
So, yeah.
Just to talk about this a little bit more, like, the common theme is always, like, cheating.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's just like, they just ran out. And they have to set up the story, and it's just bad acting. It's just all around bad.
Yeah, so I guess I will correct what I just said earlier in saying that Instagram has everything. I think Vine could come back and have a place.
Yeah.
And I hope that they do. I know there's the guy Dom who's doing it is thinking of ways to improve it and monetize it because Twitter lost so much money on Vine. It was inevitable that they were gonna end it. But yeah, I think they can make it work. I don't know. I guess people ask me about that because I did Vine, but I'm pretty me personally, I'll use it more as a viewer, I think, than as a creator. But I'd love to see like some old Viners who haven't really been doing anything since Vine or whatever, just kind of see them get that back. That'd be great, There's a lot of funny people from Vine that I miss seeing, once a week or whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking about those beans.
We got a lot of beans. I go grocery shopping, and I always forget we have a mountain of beans.
Yeah, so we always buy more beans.
Buy more, because I always think we're out of beans for some reason.
Yeah, but we don't. We buy more than we use, so it's just a mountain of beans over time.
We like to make chili. I use a lot of beans for chili.
True.
So we usually end up using them all. And then
we make chili because it's easy. A life hack, buy a crock pot. If you want to cook food, throw a bunch of shit in a crock pot. Just do what you were going to do already for 5-6 hours, come back. It's a meal. You got a meal. Mm-hmm. That's my little ad for crock pots. If you are a crock pot company out there, please sponsor me. I accept only cash. So I guess let's just wrap it up talking a little bit about...
Oh, I was just breathing.
Oh, I thought you were gasping at the thought
that's
of
how
wrapping.
I breathe.
I don't want this to end. Oh, that's how... Yeah, it's a very desperate... Yeah.
That's how I breathe.
Well, no, Yeah. So let's talk about music.
Do you want to talk about music or video games?
We're talking about video games. Someone asked me, sorry I'm not crediting you guys. We actually started to record this, and I was going through, but I was getting distracted at all the answers you guys said, so I just wrote down some of my favorites, and so I'm not actually crediting the people who asked me. But someone asked like what kind of video games we are playing right now, or what our favorite ones are. Really, the only one we've ever played together is Fallout 4. But we played it separately. We talked about that on the last podcast. I tried to get her into Skyrim. It's a great game. That's my favorite game ever. It's so replayable. You can like just start over and whoops, I spent 80 hours on this new character. It's dangerously addictive. And it's like still better than a lot of other games that are coming out now, even though I first bought that game when I was in like 12th grade.
Yeah. 2012.
2012, yeah. Yeah, I've been playing Fortnite a little bit. I'm not very good at, like, I'm all right. I'm definitely better. There's like unlike other games, there's a very steep learning curve. It's like I'm slowly getting better. She witnessed my first ever victory, and it was a good moment for us. It really was. We cheered, we hugged, we kissed. She said, "I love you so much." It was a special moment where I won because the other two people killed each other at the same time, and I happened to be the last one left. I didn't even see it happen. I was just like, I'm going to lose. I'm running around like I don't know where they are. Like I had rockets. I'm thinking like I'm going to blow myself up somehow. My heart's beating so fast. There's 3 people left. And then I was like, I won. So that was the greatest day of my life.
Me too.
You're so supportive. The thing that you took no part in, that doesn't affect you at all, you just love it because I was happy.
Yeah, because when he loses,
I'm pissed.
He's very grumpy. I wanted him to win.
Yeah, the thing with Fortnite though is like I at first I was like my goal was like I'm gonna win, but it's not fun to when your goal is just to win and you just like hide for 20 minutes and then you the last one left and you die anyway. It's like there's no fun in that. I'd rather like kill a bunch of people and like have fun and then get like top 10, but just like play the game aggressively. So life's not about winning, it's about having fun. And so are video games.
Anyways, I played Fallout 4 and I played Skyrim. But I played them on my PC. Mm-hmm. And that was really fun because I could mod them, and that was a lot of fun. That was more fun than, I forget what mods I had, but I just made the game so much easier for me.
You do one where, probably had one where you were invincible.
Yes.
Did you have that?
Yeah, probably. I had like a lot of money. I
had like extra furniture or foliage or something. Like you could make more trees.
I changed.
So you just put a bunch of fucking trees up.
I did do that. Yeah, it looked so nice. I did that with the Sims. I would cheat and make all my skills be very good, and I could never die or never get hungry or whatever. Yeah. I like to cheat. Anyways.
Yeah, she does.
So yeah, we played that. We tried playing Monopoly together on the Xbox. That's the only game we've played together.
Yeah, the only game we've played together on.
It's not fun.
It's not. Monopoly is not fun. It's like the idea is fun, and it's fun if you're winning.
Yeah.
I guess like all things, it's fun if you're doing well. But otherwise, you just end up getting a little too drunk, and you're just like, I can't fucking wait for this game to end. And like 90% of the board is just like, please. As long it gets to the end and you're like, okay, I'm fine as long as I don't roll a 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, or 12 or whatever. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And then we play like the Jackbox party games.
Yeah, those are really fun. And my favorite game to play is Take a Guess.
I want to cut this part out of the podcast so bad, but we need to show you guys what our lives are like.
I'm only a little bit ashamed to admit this, but
you're not ashamed enough, I would say, to admit this.
Huh?
There's nothing. No, it's fine.
Oh,
go ahead. Tell them the game you play.
I don't play it.
You do. You do.
I occasionally.
It's fine. I don't. I'm exaggerating how disappointed I am in her. It's like I play stupid games too. I played RuneScape until I was like 18. You know. But tell them, what's your favorite game?
Neopets. I played a lot. I started in 3rd grade. So 2003. And then played it a lot through middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, out of college.
So basically every period of your life.
Yes.
It's just funny that you were like, I just played it in middle school and high school and college and yesterday. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
well, it's more fun now because I have the Reddit, the subreddit Neopets, and that's really fun because you can say whatever you want because Neopets is like still a kids game, but no kids actually play it.
They need to. I do have some opinions on it. Like they should just understand that children don't play this game anymore because they have better things to do, and the only people playing Neopets are adults who are doing it for the nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like embrace that. Also, update your fucking website because it looks like trash.
And also,
make a mobile version.
Yeah, and that's
that
why I
would
don't play
change
it.
the game.
That's why I don't play it is because I have to go on my desktop to play it, and so I never want to do that, and so that's why I don't play it.
President of Neopets, Mr. Neopet, if you're out there watching, these are our suggestions. I gotta turn the AC off because it's making some weird noises.
Yeah, so I like Neopets. And I used to not be ashamed of it when I was little because it was cool. And then
you were ashamed.
And then I got to 8th grade and someone like found out. They're like, "You still play Neopets?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "No, of course not." Like.
Yeah, isn't it so funny the things you get embarrassed of when you're?
But I'm also.
I mean, I understand why that would be embarrassing, but like.
But I'm also in a Facebook group too for Neopets.
Yeah.
Whatever. Everyone's adults. We're all like it's just a fun thing to, you play Fortnite, I play Neopets.
Yeah, I mean like you can make fun of Neopets. What's that for babies? But it's just as much of a time waster as all of the stupid like I waste way more time playing video games than you do playing Neopets. So for me to be like, "Oh, you play a kid's game," while I'm like getting angry because I've been playing Fortnite for 2 hours or whatever, it's like yeah.
But yeah, that was all really...
I guess the other game, to go back to the question of someone asked me what games I play, I play Rocket League a lot. That's one like I always go back to. It's so simple, so it's just easy to like get back into it. And I've played so many. It's fun. I don't know. It's a good game. I wish more games were that simple. There's no pass button. There's no hit button. You just drive a car. Everything's physics related. You have complete control. If you lose, it was your fault. If you win, it was your fault. You don't feel like there's some games you play. Like I used to play I still get mad at games like Madden, which is a terrible game. But I like football, so I play it. And then like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff. Like when you're playing those games, especially as a teenager, you're just all people would hear from the other room is, "Oh, bullshit! Oh, bullshit! Like I shot him." There's always like, "I did this," but Rocket League is good because like you have total control over the game, which is the point of video games. Mm-hmm. The other point is to have fun. Going back to what we said earlier.
If you're not having fun,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Quit the game. Turn it off.
Please.
Yeah. And then what kind of music have you been listening to lately?
Music? I wish I could. Well, my favorite band is U2, so that'll come up every now and again. I'll be like, I just want to listen to U2 again because I just love every single album. But like recently, I love Spotify. If you don't have Spotify, it confused me at first. I didn't understand how Spotify worked, so I refused to get it because I didn't understand it. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, this is actually kind of fun. I'm pretty sure,
random fact about Spotify, I think one of the reasons it got really big when it started was because Justin Bieber he invested, he had like a large stake in it. So Justin Bieber, this may be wrong, you can fact check me if you want, but I'm pretty sure he's made a lot of money from Spotify just because he was like an investor.
Oh, I have no idea.
That has nothing to do with anything, but just an interesting fact that may not be true.
And I don't know if like iTunes Music does this, but Spotify does like my daily mix, which is really nice because it gives me like a mix of songs. Yeah, I like these.
Yeah, at first I was really into the Discover Weekly, or is it weekly or monthly? It's weekly, right? Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna discover so many songs because that's what you want. You want it to figure out what you like and then give you other songs. And then the more I listened to it, I was like, oh, these all suck. But I really like the daily mixes. I find myself I don't even like make playlists anymore. I just play that and then just shuffle through and skip.
Well, what's popular for me, Generationals, I think that's a big, I've been listening to them a lot. Neon Indian, I really like. St. Lucia.
We both like Neon and
Small Black, Twin Shadow, JR. Toro Ima. I don't know what this genre is called.
I don't know.
What is this genre? I don't even know what it says.
Indie, synth, pop.
Yeah, Spotify gave me my year in review, and it was chill wave.
Yeah, my number one in the year in review was progressive emo core or something like that.
So we have very different.
Oh, so different. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. But the music I vibe with the most is the genre of music that I think most people hate. And it's progressive, not really metal. I don't know. There's so many different types of metal or whatever, but I like screamo music, Circa Survive I grew up on, and bands like that, A Day to Remember, those kind of bands that were really popular for a while, and then people stopped listening to them, but I kept listening to them, and I still do. Hail the Sun, I really like. There's a band called A Lot Like Birds that just broke up a couple days ago, which is really sad to me.
Why don't you tell everyone your favorite band?
Yellow Card is not my favorite band.
Yes, they are.
No, Yellow Card was my favorite band for a long time. Everyone liked Ocean Avenue when it came out in 2003, and they still liked it in 2004. And then that whole pop punk wave kind of died. I was in the middle of a very heated conversation about pop punk. So pop punk was really popular for a while. Then everyone stopped. Everyone stopped listening to Yellow Card, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep listening to Yellow Card because I love that violin.
Nobody listens to Yellow Card.
Nobody listens. I have a friend, CJ, I know you're watching this. We love Yellow Card. We've been to 3 of their shows, but then they broke up. But yeah, my new favorite band was A Lot Like Birds, and now they're done. That's a bummer, even though I know most people don't even know what I'm talking about, so
we are very similar in some things, but one thing we disagree, actually 2 things we disagree on. Music, we don't like the same music, and
I have a penis and you have a vagina?
No. I will always go to
Don't say no, say yes, so they know that that's the case. But then what was the other thing?
I will always go to the airport 3 hours early.
And I will go 2 hours late.
We never came
together. No.
I don't like your music taste at all. I also really like 80s music, so I have a whole playlist. My daily mix 4 is ABC, Pet Shop Boys, Depeche Mode. Yeah. So I get really into I'll get really into that too. I'm nostalgic.
The Cure and I like some.
That was my moody.
Yeah.
But I'm really nostalgic for a decade that I never lived.
That you were never born in. Yeah. Well, that's funny that's how we feel watching Friends. It's like a nostalgia for. I mean, we were alive in the 90s, but we weren't adults. My parents were the age of Friends as it was happening, but it's the 90s. We're 90s kids. Loose jeans, no cell phones. What a time.
A lot of nipples.
A lot of nipples in that show.
Yeah.
But we ain't complaining.
Hey, Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston's so hot.
She's so hot.
She still is. She looks exactly the same.
I know. I was just watching her, I was like, wow, she looks so good in the show. And then I got into a rabbit hole of just looking at, because she doesn't have social media. So I was watching
there's really no reason for any of them to have.
So I was watching clips of her on Ellen, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, she's the same. Who is your least favorite friend of the 6? Welcome to the Friends Talk podcast.
Honestly, well, probably Phoebe, because
she's
just kind of there for.
Yeah, her storylines never really sync up with everyone else's. She's they're doing normal things, and she's oh, I gotta go, cleanse my chakras or something.
Yeah, she's but I still like her because she'll have some funny lines, but on the scale, she's just she's not down here.
I think Monica's my least favorite.
I like Monica.
I find Monica to be the least funny. Phoebe, I've gone back and forth because we started watching, we're a couple of seasons in, and I was like, Phoebe's so annoying. Her storylines are so stupid and pointless, and she's just kind of a distraction. And it's oh, she's zany, haha. But I think I like her more as the show goes on, and I like Courtney Cox less. Thank you. Sorry. She's not there to fix during other videos. I like Courtney Cox less as the show goes on.
Yeah.
I find her to be the worst actress out of all of them. The best actress is David Schwimmer. And I don't want anyone to I know Ross is like, he's a joke of the show. Like, he's kind of a shitty character sometimes. I get it. He's whiny. He's a little baby. But he's really good. David Schwimmer's really good at playing that. He's the best physical actor on the show. If you don't believe me, watch some episodes. Watch the way, his facial expressions, the way his timing's perfect. The way he juggled something awkwardly once. And it was
funny.
Yeah,
I know this is old news. Like, this is
it is, but it's also not, because I feel like a lot of people watch Friends because it's on Netflix, and it's one of the most popular shows on Netflix. Even, I don't know. There's a lot of things that suck about the show. I understand the laugh track's annoying, but it's a different time then, and I don't know.
Yeah, I really like Friends.
I like Friends. I mean, we watched all all episodes from the first 5 seasons in a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just powering through.
Yeah, just grind it out.
It's fun to just put it on in the background.
Yeah.
It's good. It's just noise.
There's a couple episodes we just skipped because I just left
monkey.
Them
on.
Hated the
that
monkey.
was season 1. They already ran out of ideas and they've got a fucking monkey bouncing around. That was a stupid plotline.
But I mean, we've seen episodes here and there, but we knew the kind of beginning plot lines of Ross and Rachel, this and that, and then. But, I haven't seen it in so long, I don't actually remember how it ends. So don't spoil it, because we'll finish next month.
You guys can spoil it. It's okay.
I know they get together, but I don't know. So there's... I don't remember.
I've seen the whole show. My mom and I watched the whole show from start to finish.
I don't remember how they...
1 year.
Yeah, they get... I don't know.
Yeah, I know... Yeah. It's a good show. It's a better show. So many people hate on that show. I feel like it's too... I will say there's a lot of dumb, bad jokes. And it can be, it's one of some episodes I just find myself I'm just fuck this show. I'm rolling my eyes at all the dumb jokes. And there's somewhere it's just that's hilarious. That's great. You seem to really want to move on from Friends talk. But this has been, if we're going to talk about anything, we got to talk about Friends.
I know,
the thing we spend the most time doing.
I spend too much time.
Yeah, we do. I
woke up, put on Friends, and I'm 2:00.
Yeah, we watched 8 episodes.
They're only 20 minutes, so,
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, no. But our main points, moral of the story, David Schwimmer is the best actor on the show, and it's not even close. Matthew Perry's really funny. I like Chandler, but he's just telling jokes. Joey is not a good actor. Matt LeBlanc is not a good actor.
I thought he is.
I like Joey. No, he is fine sometimes. I feel like Ross... Okay, here's how I'll sum it up. Ross is the only one who is a person, and his storylines are based on his emotions and his real life developments, where Chandler just tells jokes. Yeah. Joey's so goddamn stupid, and it's funny... But it's sometimes really he's so the last episode we watched where he's this identical hand twin, and it's you're supposed to keep laughing because it's so stupid that he thinks it's so amazing that he is, but it's it's not real. It's not real where David Schwimmer is good at Ross and Rachel is the best part of the show is they like each, and that's the same reason why I like The Office so much is the whole Jim and Pam. It's the first couple seasons where it's they should be together but they're not. And he's with she's with someone, but they would be better, and you root for. I don't know. Yeah. I really like that aspect of the show, even though the comedy is sometimes not the best.
Yeah, Friends is good.
Friends is good. Oh, and then the one band I didn't mention, going back to music talk, the Contortionists. That's my favorite band.
That's your favorite? All-time favorite?
Current favorite. I think it's unfair to be who's your all-time favorite artist? Because it's Lady Gaga, right?
Oh, I also like Lady Gaga too.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh, well, duh, you too. I was thinking more modern, I guess, Toro,
you
I don't know. Yeah, no, the Contortionists is my favorite band. If you're into, progressive post-metal, that's not too, heavy, just kind of, a good mix of, hard guitar, but then, good melodies. I don't know. I just like guitars. I like a lot of different, I like indie music. Local Natives, I was just listening to one of their older albums. I was I fucking love that band. So good. We went to an Explosions in the Sky concert once. She fell asleep how many times?
Twice.
2 times.
It's very boring. I don't like his music.
Well, most of my music isn't boring. It's just bad.
It's bad and boring.
Huh. Yeah.
2 B's.
The 2Bs, yeah. And I made you drive. We drove like an hour away to go to that show. We could keep talking about music because I like to talk about music, but we're not going to agree on anything. No. So it would be a better conversation to talk this with someone who likes my music. So it's just like, this is music I like, and now you go. And I like this music. That's what she sounds like.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. We can go ahead and wrap it up if you want.
Yeah. All right. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap it up. Let's do one more story.
Okay, so let's end it with telling a story of the best thing that happened to you this week.
Is this a real story, or we're doing one word at a time?
Oh, I was just gonna...
You were gonna do a real...
Yeah, like a real story.
You go first. This was your idea.
I don't know.
No idea.
Okay, best thing that happened to me this week is we bought sherbet.
You said it right. She calls it sherbet. It's sherbet. There's no R. Everyone calls it sherbet. There is no R. Sherbet sounds right, but it's sherbet.
That's so dumb.
I know it's dumb. I'm not saying that that's the better way. I'm saying that is the correct way.
Whatever. I got some of it. And ice cream. It's the best part of my week.
That's the best thing.
And I ate too much of it.
Yeah, and you had a headache all day. The best part of my week was how bad my head hurt today. Bye.
What's the best part about your week? I shared mine.
How bad your head hurt? I thought it was funny. Okay. No, the best part of my week. Well, it's only Tuesday. No, it's only Monday. I'm flying to LA in a couple of days. I'm excited for that. Going to stay with Danny. One person asked me to talk about Danny Gonzalez. No, I'm not going to talk about him. I'm going to do a podcast with him when we're there, and we're going to make whatever content we can. And
so the next podcast is hopefully going to be better than this one.
I feel fine about this one. I think
it's just,
I feel like similar to the first one. It was like for the first 15 minutes or so, it's like we're kind of feeling it out. But the more it's just like once it became a conversation, it's fine. I'll save. There's so many things we could talk about. I was about to be like, here's some podcasts I like, but we've already talked so much about general topics. I'll save some stuff for down the road.
We'll have to think a little bit more.
I didn't answer your question about the best thing. I don't know the best thing that happened to me this week. It's Monday. Today's President's Day. Today is 44 out of 45 President's Day. I'm not going to tell you which one I don't like, but it rhymes with Merbert Moober.
I was going to say...
Or you were going to say Taft.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's the current president. All right, guys. So thanks for. I almost said welcome. Fuck. If I said welcome, we would have caught in a loop. Had to do the whole podcast again. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. It means a lot that you guys just want to hear me talk, and me. Yes, and you. I appreciate that if you guys watch this, because this is the last one is a little bit more structured. This was all over the place, but that's the point, right? We just ramble. This is what we talk about. This is what we're like. And and I will be adding these eventually to like iTunes and SoundCloud and stuff as you guys have requested. Because I know it's not super convenient if you don't have YouTube Red to listen to stuff on. It also uses up so much battery just to watch a podcast that you're not even looking at. You're just listening to it. But blah, 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 blah. Anyway, okay. One more story.
Okay.
One word at a time. We'll cut it out if it's bad or racist. If we accidentally get racist, we'll cut it out. So if there's just a hard cut from now to the next part, it's because we said the N-word. Just kidding. That story sucked. We're not going to include that. Wasn't racist, just dumb.
Yeah.
We're too tired. It's very late. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Subscribe, like, comment, thumbs up.
What is this comment?
You can comment over here. You can comment
to the left, comment to the right. And you like. Subscribe is above?
Yeah, it's above.
I don't know.
Have you ever been on YouTube?
What's that?
That's how we
You're so cute, but just slightly out of frame.
I know. Come here.
Come on. Be cute for our audience.
She's right here.
I swear to God, we're not. It's like we're making this up because she's just out of frame. But I swear, if you would just look,
just if you could look.
How does she know? She knows when we're talking about her. She knows when she's just outside of the frame.
Bim bim.
Hell nah. You're not using me as
so
prop.
smart.